Yo, what's up? It's your boy Marwin. We're making collard greens today in the Instant Pot, aka pressure cooker. Trying to get those greens quick so we can have them during a weeknight. Why not? We can do that. Let's get to it. I like to start with fresh greens that I cut up myself. Try to cut them as evenly as possible. Makes it easier to cook. Makes it easier to chew when you have them kind of as uniform as possible. If not, you can always buy a bag of pre-washed, pre-cut greens. Those work well. Obviously, they're convenient. Cut out some steps, save you some time. And that's it. You know, that's how we start. And today, I mean, a lot of times people start with smoked meats. I'm changing it up. I got a smoked brisket. I'm just going to trim the fat away from it. I'm actually going to save the fat and use it in other recipes because there's just so much flavor in it. But this is going to flavor our collard greens. So start with just kind of sauteing your onions on the saute settings for the Instant Pot. Get them a nice little caramelization. Then start adding your seasonings. I'm a salt, pepper, paprika, a little bit of allspice guy with that. But just try to season as I go, to add more flavor and layers of flavor. Then I'm going to add my garlic and let that saute a little bit with the onions, and you can smell the aroma starting to kick up a little bit. Then I'm just going to add my brisket and let it, render some of that fat, and that's going to flavor the greens. I got some bay leaves, and then I'll just start layering in the liquid. So I got chicken stock. You can use veggie stock if you want. That's perfectly fine. Adding some apple cider vinegar. Need some acidity to kind of break up through the fat and also kind of help to cook the greens. Then you need a little sweetness to balance it. I use either maple syrup or molasses. This is maple syrup. Again, we're going to keep seasoning as we go, so I still got my spice mix blended up. I get a little excited about my homemade pepper sauce. You can get the recipe on the site, but I like to add a little brininess to my collard greens to really cook to balance out the flavor a little bit. So as those come together, I'm going to start adding in the greens. Don't worry about feeling like you got too many greens in the pot. Once you start to pressure cook, it'll reduce the green. So that's it. We're going to put the lid on it, close it up, and then we'll pressure cook it for about 20 minutes. Then do a quick release manually to release the pressure. Once you've kind of cooked the greens, you need to give them a good stir, good mix to kind of bring all the ingredients together. You can start to kind of break up the brisket so that you disperse the meat throughout the brisket. As I said earlier, I like to season as I go, so I keep adding seasoning at each step. That just kind of add layers of flavor. So while the greens are sitting here on the saute setting at the post-cook, I'll continue to stir, mixing in the ingredients, mixing in the different spices so that, again, I just get like a very balanced flavor throughout the pot. So that's it. You can kind of saute it for about 5 minutes and then just start to plate them and serve them up. They smell delicious. They look delicious. You got greens, pretty much ready to go on any weeknight. You don't have to save them on a Sunday where you spend hours over the stove. I like to eat mine as is. You can add a little more pepper sauce to it, a little more salt and pepper if you need to. That's it. Don't forget, give it a like if you like the recipe. Leave a comment. But most importantly, hit that red subscribe button. Give me a subscribe and get recipes brought to you every time I post. Thank you and peace out.